Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever temporally applicable greeting works for you right now. So this is Max. This is my 1 month and 1 day video, actually. I skipped one last week for reasons I'll get into a little bit later. But basically, not a whole lot of substantial changes over the last couple of weeks. My voice is still kind of deep, but all of it really seems to fluctuate on any given day. And got a couple little dark hairs, but no real whiskers. My energy was kind of down because they actually decided, based on the anxiety I was experiencing, that they wanted to cut me to, instead of doing 100 milligrams every 2 weeks, to doing 50 milligrams once a week. So not really a cut in the long run because it should have, built up, but I wasn't experiencing the same kind of changes that I did. So actually just yesterday they decided to increase it again. So now I'm doing 100 once a week. So hopefully things will start coming fast and furious, and it'll be bizarre and a lot of fun. So I'll let you know how that goes. Right now I'm at one of my favorite coffee shops in Denver. Probably one of my top 2, I would say. It's Bardo Coffee House on South Broadway. So first I'm going to show you. It's a pretty cool place. They've got really awesome coffee. They've got pastries from Buffalo Doughboy, which is one of my favorite pastry shops in Denver. To be honest, I don't like their environment as much, so I tend to come here. And they've got their coffee from Kaladi Coffee, which is my favorite place for coffee, but I also don't like the environment. So there we go. It's the 2 best things: best pastries, best coffee, and a good location. So I like it. I'm trying to talk a little quietly because there's people around, probably studying whatever people do in coffee shops. So basically the things I wanted to cover today: changes, updates to treatment regimen, no updates with work. I'll spare you my rant about credit checks for a pre-employment qualification, because that's currently what is preventing me from getting any gainful employment. So if anybody watching this video wants to hire me, I'll send you my resume. It's ridiculous. It's just, but I have shit credit, but am otherwise fantastically qualified, so pushing that one aside. So it's been really, really busy. Part of why I skipped doing a video last week was because of Memorial Day events and sales, and it's been really busy at work, so didn't really have time to do that. But in addition, the next major topic that I wanted to cover was just kind of the notion of the transgender person as inherently deceptive. And the reason for this is that last week I actually got a comment on one of my previous YouTube videos, and it just said, "We're on to you," and then used my girl name, which I don't hide my girl name too much. I currently haven't deleted the comment, but I think I probably will. But it really unnerved me. What are you on to? Who's we? I don't know. It also, the more I thought about it, kind of smacked of some of the misconceptions about transgender people, which is, one, that we are inherently deceptive. That this is somehow some kind of conspiracy against gender or patriarchy or decent society. And it also, discusses a lot of, reminiscent of a lot of other groups that are inherently deceptive, if you want to talk bigotry. So I've technically got a triple whammy against me, considering that I'm transgender, born female, and also Jewish, so bigots watch out. I'm the ultimate deceiver strong. Oh, I got a laugh. That's awesome. But the reason I wanted to really talk about that is what are we on to? The fact that I was born female, I don't hide that. The fact that I'm transgender. I don't hide that either. I don't know, and even if I did, what business would it be of anyone's, especially this commenter? So, in case that commenter is watching, I do want to just let you know, as I commented before, I do know who you are, and I actually spoke to our employer, or former employer, and have considered filing a police report, so, just FYI. But, otherwise, come talk to me if you've got questions. Ask me what those questions would be. But deception. I don't know. Maybe my thoughts aren't really as put together here as they should be, but it just definitely brought that to mind, and I kind of have been thinking about it a lot. Gender, if you want to talk to your butler, gender is always performance. So any gender that we're going to be portraying is in some way a deception, or at least a performance, or charade. So there's that. Otherwise, you want to talk about inherent gender and what it means, what gender means. I wasn't born a woman or a man. Those are things that you grow into. Those are roles that you put on and that you experiment with, and that you determine what's going to feel comfortable. I would say that yes, as one inherently male, that's a matter of self-identity. That's not a matter of anatomy. But yeah, that deception thing. Don't think I made any really salient points there, but think about it as you will. And let's see, anything else that I've got for you? There's really not a whole lot at the moment. Just boys have been trying to work out that I'm really a lazy person. Doing more stuff with my anarchist free kitchen. We actually have an official commercial space now, which is going to be really, really sick. So I have to get to work on that next week. I think other than that, any questions that you guys have, please ask me in the comments. I did have one question, actually, and it was from Rick, so hi Rick. And it was just asking about support, and what sort of support can my friends give to me, or I suppose by extension any other trans person. I think the best thing I would say is to just really provide that ear, because it's a very strange and tumultuous time, in your life where your body's doing a lot of weird things. I'll say right now my emotions have been thoroughly unpleasant and all over the place, especially last week when I started menstruating about 24 hours after I got my T-shot. So right at the peak of that testosterone, and then peak of various female hormones, and holy shit, it was not an exciting, it was very exciting, but not in a good way. My God. But other than that, I would say, provide that support, offer that ear, be patient, because there's a lot of egocentric discussion that goes on, and I think that it may just be a kind of inherent thing when you are experiencing any major change in your life. It can cause a person to be pretty egocentric because they're just spending so much time processing what they're experiencing and what they're feeling. So be patient. Ask questions, especially open-ended, non-judgmental questions, how can I support you, instead of, what do you need to make your life easier? Well, how do you know my life's hard? But, how can I support you is a really nice way to ask that. And just, I think stand up for me is a good one, too. Especially in social situations, because that's, I think, the hardest time for getting misgendered is, it's getting easier for me to defend myself, especially now that I'm okay, do you hear the voice? You see the various other things, not female. But it can still be really hard to defend myself if I get misgendered. The other day there was a group of us hanging out, and it was somebody misgendered me, and then immediately all four of the other people were "T," and it was really a pretty cool moment. So that helps. Just to really support my identity and to affirm it, especially when others are not being so supportive. I think that's about all I got. So please ask me your questions in the comments or on Twitter or on Facebook if you are following me there. And I will keep you up to date later. Sounds cool. Alright, peace. Thanks, guys.